Welcome to Hero's Journey Physio Fitness. Our mission is to empower, inspire, and mentor people to reclaim their health and become self-reliant in their fitness. I'm your host, Dr. Cameron Hogue. Join with me as my co-host, Annabelle Rios.
We're going live in 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody, welcome to the podcast. As Annabelle usually says, you know the drill. It's a drill at this point. If you haven't liked and subscribed, what are you doing? You're not doing it, so do it. Also, leave a 5-star review, sir, please.
5-star.
5-star. I mean, it could be less than that if you don't think it's good, and that way maybe you could...
Could be 4.5.
Can they do that? I think it's only...
Oh, well, 4 stars and above then.
Yeah. Anything 3 or less, keep it to yourself, people.
Yeah.
Annabelle, what are we going to be talking about today?
We're talking about gyms, but not just any gym, the home gym. And here's the thing. You can go to a normal gym. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But maybe you're someone who isn't ready. Maybe you're intimidated by going into the gym. So maybe we can start out with a home gym. And guess what? You might end up loving it. And you want to progress through these phases that we're going to walk you through of building your home gym. But we're not just going to sit here and say, like, oh, you should buy this dumbbell because of X, Y, Z. No, we're not going to get caught in the weeds of that. We're most going to focus on here's what you need, and here are some exercises that you can do to get you started on your journey.
Right. So we've kind of divided it into phases or tiers, and kind of going from simple to more complex, and also from cheap into expensive. And not like cheap equipment, but just like overall cost to more expensive cost. And yeah, who would this home gym be for? You know what I mean? Is it for everybody?
I think if you're the person that feeds off the energy of the gym, because I've gone into the gym. Well, let me back up. Cam and I both have home gyms now.
Yes.
It was very popular during the pandemic.
Dude, I don't even know if we need to tell those stories, but...
It took Cam like a year almost to get his squat rack.
It took I ordered... barbell squat rack, bumper plates, things we'll talk about today. And it took, I want to say, like 6 or 7 months.
It wasn't a year, but man, it felt like a year.
It felt longer than a year. But it was kind of cool because in the meantime, I improvised, and it kind of set the phase for, or the kind of how we set up this podcast today is kind of like what we did. But also,
if we were to do it all over again, how we would do it.
Right.
You know?
I mean, there's certain adjustments we would make, but then also weights were in short supply during this time. So,
man, you couldn't get them, and they were so expensive.
There were weights, like plates used to be like 75 cents a pound. And like during the pandemic, they were like almost $2 a pound.
Mm-hmm.
They've started to come back down some, but they're not cheap anymore.
No, they're not.
They're not. So
maybe if you're that person that, you really like the crowd, the environment, maybe you might want to go to a big gym.
And they're going to have a lot more equipment,
They'll have more. So I guess like the pros for that is they have more equipment. You have you can feed off the energy of the people there.
Mm-hmm.
But the cons, or I guess the pros for a home gym is you can work out whenever you want.
You don't have to wait for equipment.
You don't have to wait for equipment. But yeah, you gotta do sometimes. Like I obviously enjoy. I work out by myself a lot, but I do get a little extra push when I work out with Cam.
Yeah, there is something to be said about that. But I mean, you can always have a workout partner for your home gym.
Exactly.
I mean, it's super nice to roll out of bed at like 5 a.m. and then you're in the gym.
You're like, the squad rat's taking up again. Well, let me readjust my programming. I guess I'll do that last.
Yeah, you're like, I guess I'm just not going to work out anymore.
Yeah, I guess I'll skip it.
But we think it can be for most people, and I think a lot of people will benefit from a home gym.
Because it's in your schedule. Because I think about the days when I used to actually go to the gym, and most people go around peak hours, right after work, before work, sometimes during their lunch break, and it's busy.
Yeah.
And you're fighting for the machine. You can work in with people, but
one of the biggest things that people say on why they don't work out is time. Like, I don't have the time to go work out, because you have to calculate potentially 10 to 15 minute drive there, 10 to 15 minute drive back. That's already 30 minutes. Then you have your warm up, and you have so you're spending you could be spending over 2.5 hours on this endeavor. But when you got yourself a home
You
gym,
roll out of bed.
you're in there 2 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
already stretching and getting warmed up. So
And you can blast the music you like to play.
you can. It's very nice. Unless it gets too loud for the neighbors. The neighbors don't like it when we blast it too loud. So we do think it's for most people, but again, it's not for everybody. And we're not telling you to do this, but we definitely want to give you the tools.
Of course.
And for this episode, we're going to provide a detailed workout program for each kind of tier or phase of whatever workout equipment you end up purchasing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
you can go like count. You can go 1, 2, 3, or maybe you have the money. Like I'll go right into 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and there's different ways you can mix and match, but this is just what we would do if we had to start over again, and money was an issue.
yeah.
So let's get.
And also you can fall into the weeds of all these random accessory equipment. This is just like the foundation.
These are foundations,
Yes,
exactly. So we'll kind of touch on this when we get to the program for each of the phases, but progressive overload is obviously still going to be key.
Yeah.
So even if you're doing calisthenics, there is still ways to progress on your calisthenics. And we don't want to overlook that either, because you still want to try and make the necessary muscle gains and in terms of hypertrophy and endurance or even strength, depending on what phase you're in and all that. So progressive overload still applies. So don't think that you can't achieve your fitness goals of losing weight and building muscle by just doing one of these phases. You can get a lot of gains from these.
And I think people get lost in that. I know I did for a while. Like, oh, well, I only need to follow one path. I only need to do this. But there are some people who have... There's also the camps of like, I'm calisthenics only. No, I'm weight only. I think you can use all of them. You can make progress in all 3 of these things we're going to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Many people have shown that.
Oh, yeah. So, and we'll start us off with phase 1 or tier 1. What's the kind of equipment they need? What is this phase?
So the first one, we're trying to do it real cheap. Oh, I think, I think we were thinking about this. You can also, we're thinking about calisthenics, and 2 things you really need. It's a dip bar and a pull-up bar. And we're adding another one. And the reason we're going to add another one is because most people can't do a dip or a pull-up. So you need to get some bands, some power bands to assist you.
Yes. So they've got stations, so you can get a dip
stations.
and pull up bar, like one set. Like you don't have to get a dip bar and a pull up bar. They come together. And then, as Annabelle said, power bands. Like you don't want just weak bands. You want stuff that has a lot of resistance.
Yes.
And they usually come in a pack, which can help you depending on how much assistance you might need, or if you want to make things potentially harder. There's ways you can do that too.
True, because most people might not have the strength to do
a pull up or a dip
with their body weight. And there's variations of it that you can do as well. And if you really at some point want to get crazy, you can get rings.
Ooh, rings.
Those are... Whew.
Yes. So the average cost, and again, this is so I actually made my pull-up bar when the pandemic happened.
I remember it.
So we're not going to necessarily recommend like specific, you need to go to Amazon and buy this, or you need to go to Rogue Fitness and buy this, but we're going to give you the estimated cost from what we've seen online. And then we'll obviously let you decide, read the ratings.
Yeah,
maybe,
obviously in the U.S. I know we have some international people listening.
Right. So the pull-up and dip bar is going to cost you anywhere from $150 to $200 to get a pretty good dip and pull-up bar station. So look around. Who was that YouTuber, the reviews that you like?
I forgot his Garage Gym Reviews.
They've got
I'm sure he'll have a video on all these things that we are talking about.
So
and
maybe
he has articles too.
Yeah, maybe look him up, and then again, just look at the reviews. I mean, people are pretty honest in the reviews.
Yeah.
So you need a pull up and dip bar, and then power bands, and honestly, Amazon. I think didn't you get yours from Amazon?
Yeah.
And that's going to run you $20 to $40 to get a pack of probably 3 to 5 power bands.
Or you can just go to Walmart.
Or I think actually I got mine from
yours are from Walmart.
Mine's
right?
from Walmart.
Yeah, so you'll be fine.
And I use them a lot. They've held up for over a year now, and there's no signs of wear or tear on them. I mean,
and they're also bands. You don't want to spend a lot of money on them.
No, don't go too bougie on these. But I mean, So when the pandemic happened, I literally went to Home Depot. No, it was Lowe's. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I went to Lowe's and I bought a pipe and I had a bunch of 2x4s in my garage and I made myself a pull-up bar in the station. It was rickety. It held my weight, but you had to do what you had to do. So this is kind of how I started doing pull-ups in the garage, push-ups in the garage, all that kind of stuff. But the total cost is going to be about $240. Okay, so for phase 1 to get these 2 pieces of equipment,
you can do this for a very, very long time.
I mean, I did this for a while because I was waiting for my equipment to come in, so I just was doing a bunch of calisthenics. You can get some crazy workouts in. So we got a little workout routine based on just these pieces of equipment, and I think this is a killer workout routine. We're still trying to find a way on how to get this posted so that you guys can download it and everything. So just give us a second on that. I know we're going to verbally go through it here, but if you're wanting written, we're going to try and find a way that we'll be able to share that with everybody.
Yeah, well, we're figuring that out for some of our other episodes too that we've discussed. More programs, and just so it's easy to download. We're working on it, guys.
Yeah, it's only going to be $7,000. So yeah. Okay, so phase 1.
We do installments. Okay.
And I'll kind of go through the star notes here, and then I'll let you take them through the program, okay?
Yeah.
So when we say variation, we're talking either making the exercises harder using bands or easier using bands. Like you loop the band around the pull-up bar, and you put your foot in it, and it helps assist you up. Or maybe push-ups are too easy, and you want to put the band around your arms and shoulders so you get a little bit more resistance coming up. So when we say variation, we're talking either variation using the bands or potentially a variation of the exercise itself. Like instead of doing push-ups, you do diamond push-ups, or instead of doing normal push-ups, you do side-to-side push-ups, or instead of pull-ups, you do maybe...
Depending on where you're at.
Yeah. So variations, that's what we mean by that. And then when we're saying progression, like how you progress these body weight exercises, you're trying to get the total reps that we kind of have, as Anna will say in a second, the total amount of reps in the least amount of sets as possible. So once you're able to do that, the next week you just progress that total amount of reps by 10 to 12 each week. Unless, of course, that starting point is too easy. Like you can get all the reps in just one set, then you need to kind of like double or maybe even triple the amount of total reps for that exercise.
Yeah, or then look for, like you said, another variation
that's a little bit harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if it's too hard, then just cut the reps in half. So what's our working out program look like?
Yeah, so we're just going to make it Monday through Friday to make it easy. Obviously, you'll adjust it based on what your schedule looks like. So right now we have on Monday, we're going to do push-ups or variation. We're going to try to hit around 50.
50 repetitions.
50 repetitions for push-ups. And then for pull-ups, we're going to go for 30 repetitions. And then we'll do some air squats. And then everybody's favorite, abs. Everyone's six-pack abs.
Yeah. Air squats, you're going to shoot for about 100.
For about 100. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that one they can just figure out.
Yeah. And then sit-ups around...
Sit-ups or crunch around 70.
Yeah. So then how that variation works then is if you let's say you do 3 sets on the push-ups and then you get to 50 reps. The next week, you're going to do 60. And the next week, you're going to do 70. And then by 2 months in, you're going to be doing over 100 push-ups in a workout. And then 3 months from now, you can be doing over 200 push-ups in a workout. And that's how you'll progress the volume and progressively overload the muscles.
Yes. Yeah, and then I think we talked about it. You'll have the bands to help you. Maybe there's some thick bands too. If you really want to make it hard.
Oh yeah.
So, and then Tuesday we'll go out for a little jog, a little run.
Little run.
This one definitely start out based on where you're at. If you haven't ran in a while, you're not gonna be able to run a mile or 2. So maybe start with half a mile, whatever it might be, and then again progress and load until you get to about 2 miles.
Yeah. And you can always increase the weekly mileage by a half a mile to a mile. So let's just say you want to run 1 mile on Tuesday, and then you run another mile on Thursday, as Anna will talk about later. Then the next week, maybe you try to run 1.5 miles on Tuesday, and then 1 mile on Thursday, and then 2 miles on Tuesday, and 1 mile on Thursday. And you're just slowly increasing the mileage, total mileage each week.
Total mileage, yeah. Yeah, so Tuesday and Thursdays are going to be run days.
Okay.
Kind of like Cam said. And you're just going to slowly keep adding your weekly mileage. What's Wednesday, Cam?
So Wednesday, instead of doing push-ups, we're going to use that dip bar. We're going to do dips in a variation. We're going to shoot for 50 reps. Now, instead of doing pull-ups, which is palms, or instead of doing pull-ups, which is palms out, we're going to do chin-ups, which are palms facing in. Try and go for 30 repetitions. Instead of air squats, we're going to do alternating lunges, still going for 100 repetitions on each leg. And then instead of sit-ups, we're going to do plank, and maybe trying to hold the plank as long as you can. We're going to shoot for 3 sets of a minute, and we can progress to an upwards of 2-minute hold. After that, you don't want to hold it too much longer. That's Wednesday. What's Friday?
All right, Friday, guys. So Thursday, again, you're going to run, building your weekly mileage up. Friday, we're going to start out with some feet elevated push-ups or variation. We're going to try to hit it for 50.
Why do you like that one, Annabelle?
What?
You've been on a big upper chest kick recently?
Well, for a while, I think we were just doing a lot of flat bench.
Yeah.
And now I was like, man, I got to build the upper shelf. It's lacking.
So the feet elevated will help just hit a little bit more of that upper chest and shoulders versus like lower chest and shoulders.
Mm-hmm. And then commando pull-ups for 30. And then we'll hit some jump squat for 80. And then we'll do some leg or knee raises using the dip station for 50.
Yeah. And that's going to be...
This is a killer.
This is a killer. You can run this for months.
Honestly, depending on where you're at, you might need to even scale down and then build up to this.
Yeah. So some of these numbers, I just gave a starting number to some of these. And again...
Because it's kind of hard. Like, we can't really say... We can't look at you. We can't really program this for everyone because we don't know where you're at.
I tried to hit the middle because some people are going to be able to do 50 push-ups in one set.
Easy.
And some people are going to hardly be able to do 10. So you got to be able to scale.
Yeah.
So just add more. It's, it seems kind of obvious, but just add more reps.
Or it might be add less.
Yeah.
Or reduce it some, depending on where you're at. So I guess with all these numbers that we're going to give you guys, you need to know yourself and where you're at and then work from there.
Exactly. And then I also forgot to mention during the beginning is you want during this too, you're still trying to eat 1 gram of protein per desired pounds of body weight. So you still want to make sure your protein intake is high because you're still going to be able to build some muscle and lose a lot of weight doing this workout routine. Like this is a killer one. And all you have is $240 worth of equipment with the pull-up station and bands. And that's on the expensive side. We picked the most expensive bands and the most expensive dip and pull-up station we could find. So you could probably do this for cheaper too.
And I know we're not going to talk about this because it's not part of the face, but you could, if you want, let's say you wanted to keep going on this path, you can eventually buy like a dip belt and get into weighted calisthenics.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you're set for life almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah, if you want to go down the path of only calisthenics, there you go.
Yeah.
Then eventually start doing pistol squats instead of air squats, and man, you're good.
Yeah. So with the programming on this one, how Annabelle and I were thinking was, we pretty much had 3 full body days just to get more of that form repetition in, and because sometimes calisthenics are not as stressful on the body as doing weights. Because you're using your own body weight, you can recover quicker and kind of hitting it more frequently. Is kind of why we programmed it that way. But that's Tier 1, Phase 1, equipment, and a workout routine. Hope you guys like it. Enjoy.
Have fun.
What are we doing in Phase 2 or Tier 2, Annabelle? What are we adding to this?
For this one, we're going to go with dumbbells. If you have the money, you can start with dumbbells.
Yeah.
We're looking at adjustable dumbbells. They're ranging from about $300 to $500. Honestly, they can go up to $1,000 depending on what kind of dumbbells you're looking at. So some adjustable dumbbells, and then getting a good, solid adjustable bench. Again, low end, you're looking at $100. High end, you're looking at around $300. And with that, it's probably mats on the high end, probably $800 for all of that.
Yeah. So again, do your research. We are putting in the adjustable dumbbells because you can literally just buy like a set, like 2 of them, and it's going to range you from 5 pounds to
I think 50, right? Is
50,
where it stops.
50, 55, somewhere in that range, which is which is really good. I mean, you won't be able to buy like 5 actual.
You won't need the other half, the 50 to 100 for a while.
Yeah. And to buy like just like weights themselves that lead up like 5 pounds,
ones?
10 pounds, 15, like leading all the way up to 55 pounds. That's thousands of dollars.
Does it look nice? Yes.
Oh yeah. But I do have a recommendation on the adjustable dumbbells. I've heard really good things, and I felt out the Bowflex adjustable
I've used
dumbbells,
those before.
and those are pretty nice. I mean, Bowflex has been around for a while, and they make a good product, and theirs is a little more than $300 at the current moment in 2023. I don't know, it could be more or less.
Yeah. No, I was looking at them the other day. Bowflex, Power Block, and then there's all these other ones, and you're just like, goodness, it's up there.
Yeah, it is. And we like the adjustable bench because you can get some incline bench in. You could do seated overhead press,
Mm-hmm.
incline curls. There's a bunch of different exercises that you can add by just having an adjustable bench versus just a flat bench.
I
So
agree.
Annabelle said you're going to be in around $800. Again, this is on the max end,
Yeah.
which if you have already bought phase 1 and phase 2, you're looking at, you probably spend about $1,000 at this point. 1,400,
Yeah.
1,400
About 1,000 plus.
something. Our math
Yeah.
isn't that great. About 1,000. Which still again,
Depends on shipping, guys. Depends on shipping.
that's true. Again, that is still not bad for all the equipment you have now. Bench, adjustable dumbbells ranging from 5 to 55, dip pull-up station, power bands.
You can do so much. And I think that's why we're also doing the exercises, because a lot of times, let's say you're brand new, like we were at one point, it's like you just don't have the creativity yet to understand, okay, I have dumbbells, but
or you
what can I even do with this?
or you might even be like myself. It's like, well, if I can't do bench press, then I just might as well not buy the equipment. And it's like, well, in reality, like doing dips and push-ups and all those different things that
Dips are amazing for your chest.
so if you are that person, you got to know yourself. But we're just trying to show you can get a killer workout routine, and get good results with the limited amount of equipment. So let's go through this phase 2. So at this point now, we're assuming you have power bands, dip station, adjustable dumbbell,
Yep.
and adjustable bench.
Tuesday and Thursday still, guys. We got to get some cardio in.
Get
It's still
that-
going to be run. Same
Yep.
thing as the other one. But let's start with Monday, Cam.
Okay. So Monday, we're going to hit a little incline dumbbell bench press. We're going to shoot for about 3 sets of 12. And again, some things on this too, like you want to pick, a weight with the adjustable dumbbells that allows you to get close to failure around that desired rep range for the workout. So like 12 reps for the bench. So like if you grab, 30 pound dumbbells, and you're going and you get to that 12th rep and you're a little shaky, you're like, oh, that was a good workout. Okay, good. That's a good set. Once you can get 3 sets of 12, then the next session you want to try and bump up to 35 pounds and then 40. And then, so you're trying to progress that way once you can hit 3 sets of 12. But if you max out the dumbbells, then we're going to switch to what's called the AMRAP method, which is just as many reps as possible. But don't go until like your form starts to break down.
Yeah, keep good form on all of these lifts, guys.
Okay, so that's exercise number 1, incline dumbbell bench press, 3 sets of 12. Then we want to do some seated dumbbell overhead press. We're going to shoot for 3 sets of 12 on that. We want to do some dips or a variation. Again, using the bands, maybe not. 3 sets of as many reps as possible, just getting that volume in. We're going to hit some push-ups for 3 sets of as many reps as possible, and then we're going to hit some lateral raise, 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. And that is going to smoke all your pushing muscles, your shoulders, your chest, triceps. Everything's going to be blasted after this workout. So then Annabelle said Tuesday's run. What do we got on Wednesday?
Wednesday. All right, guys. We're back at the pull-up bar. We're going to do 3 for AMRAP, as many reps as possible. Then we have some bent over dumbbell row, 3 times 12. Then we have some alternating curls, 3 times 12. Then we're going to hit some hammer curls, 3 times 12. Then we're going to finish off with some bent over rear delt flies. Again, we're going to be doing 3 times 12 to 15.
While we're going so high on the reps here is because the weights, again, it could be heavy for you, but you're going to probably be progressing to the point where, the dumbbell rows, you can do more than 55 pounds. So we're just trying to increase the reps.
Some of these, with dumbbells, it's great, and you can still progress, and you also have your body weight too. But like Cam's saying, there's going to get to a point where it might be too easy for you, and you still have to stress the muscles. So we're picking these high reps, but yes, you can go lower, and you might be able to, and you probably need to start lower if you're a newbie, you've never
Right.
lifted before. But we're just going for the middle of the road.
Good point there, Annabelle. What do we got on Friday, Annabelle?
Friday, we're gonna hit some goblet squats. Again, 3 times M-RAP for these. We're gonna now then head over to some dumbbell Romanian deadlift. We're gonna probably do some 3 times 12 again. I know, guys, 3 times 12 for everything. And then, I hate lunges. When we put it in there, I was like, it's one of those things where I don't like to do, but I do it. It's dumbbell.
We're doing them today, Annabelle.
Yeah, I know. So we have some dumbbell walking lunges. For this, it's a little bit different. We're going to do 3 sets, but for 1 minute. So set your timer on your watch, and you're going to walk for 1 minute, doing walking lunges with your dumbbell. And then we're going to finish off. We got to hit calves, guys. You got
My calves are lacking. I gotta keep blasting them.
Yeah, so then we'll do some standing dumbbell calf raises.
Yeah.
3 times M-RAP.
Guys, now this is going to start to blow you up a little bit, because now we've got some weight in there. We're able to hit different areas of the body, like we're getting more of the shoulder, getting more rounded shoulders, hitting the front, lateral, and rear delts. We're able to hit more angles on the bicep. We're hitting more calves and different portions of the glutes and quads with all these exercises. So this is when your physique is going to probably start to round out a little bit more now that we can add the weight in.
Yeah, and like I said, there's so many exercises, there's so many variations, there's so many sets, rep ranges you can play around with. This is just
we're just giving you
beginner.
an example. Yeah, we're just giving you an example, and we know this will work. This is a good quality workout routine. We've run similar things like this in the past. So, okay, now our favorite part here.
Oh, yes.
We are now in phase 3, tier 3.
If you have the money, just jump here, guys.
At this point, you have adjustable bench, adjustable dumbbells, a dip and pull up bar, and power bands. We need to bump it up here a little bit.
You could stop there, but should you?
Yeah,
I'm biased.
we think we should keep going here. So we need to get a squat rack.
The squat rack.
Or, okay, I'll say a squat rack or a squat stand.
Squat stands are cheaper. If you buy one, make sure you get the spotter arms.
Yes, you need.
Please get spotter arms.
Yeah, always have spotter arms. And
It costs you another extra $50 or $100, maybe $200, depending on which brand you get. But please,
yes,
save
always
yourself.
be safe, especially if you're doing this at home and there's no one else to spot you. Have them. So squat rack or squat stand. It's gonna. This is the cheaper end, where you can go to over thousands of dollars on this
easily.
I mean, I actually this was during pandemic. I spent $250 on mine, but right now you're gonna probably get a good home style gym squat rack, squat stand anywhere from $300 to $700. What kind do you have, Annabelle?
I went a little bougie. I bought a Rogue. I think it's Rogue Monster.
The Rogue Monster. Annabelle has a really nice squat rack.
Is it?
You got a nice rack, man.
No, it's not needed. I just,
It's a little gift to Daddy.
No gift to Daddy.
Yeah, mine's the cheaper. His makes mine look.
But yours holds up.
Oh, mine's taking a beating and keeps on licking. I don't know.
It saved me once or twice.
It has
Squatting, so
get
the job done.
So you need to get a squat rack. Well, if you get a squat rack, you need a barbell. Barbells are going to cost you about $100 to $350, and this is the cheaper end.
I would say this is the one area you should definitely not cheap out.
If you're buying something less than $100, it's probably crap. Don't get that.
Yeah, I know. We got that from a lot of the. What was that book called? Starting Strengths.
Starting Strength. Yeah, they always
power
recommend,
lifters. They always it's like at first like yeah, but it's a bar. But like no, now I understand because that's the thing you're gonna be using for all your movements.
Yeah, you don't want
it bending or breaking on you.
Yeah, exactly. So I always recommend the one I got. I got mine from Frey Fitness. Mine was a little
sponsored.
Not sponsored yet. Mine was about $100, and it has held up very nicely for about 3 years, and we put some good weight on that. I know Annabelle pulled 405. Not too long ago.
It didn't bend.
It did not bend
yet.
But you can go anywhere from like the Rogue Ohio bar. That's going to run about $300, $350. So do some research, but that's kind of what you can estimate.
Oh, we need to back up.
What?
Foundation. the horse stall mats.
Ah,
We skip that one, guys. That's very important.
You
You
do
don't
need-
want to mess up. Well, I don't know where you're working. If you're working in a shed, if you're working in a garage,
you're going to need some mats.
you're gonna need some mats.
You don't want to drop the weight and mess
There's
your
so many
floors up.
options, but I think
We-
I ended up on the horse stall mats.
Yeah, I did too. You can get like a 4x6 or even a little bit bigger for $50. They are
Mhm.
they're a pain to
Oh.
transport,
When you're weak, of course.
of course.
Now that you've been lifting those.
I made the guy from Tractor Supply do it for me. Money talks.
Yeah.
So we recommend like 2 of those at least.
At least 2, because they'll fit your squat rack.
Mm-hmm.
And
And if you deadlift.
if you deadlift, you can deadlift inside your squat rack, and then boom, you're set.
Exactly. So yeah, I forgot about the mats. You want some mats, at least 2. Annabelle, you like talking about the plates. What kind of plates should they get?
So there's so many options. We'll just put into 2 categories: steel plates and bumper plates.
Let's debate.
Most people will probably be okay with steel plates.
Yeah.
Unless you're really into Olympic lifts, but most new people aren't. I don't know. Something about the bumper plates. I prefer them.
We both have bumper plates.
We do.
It's a little bit more expensive.
They take up more space on the bar.
They take take up more space to store.
Mm-hmm.
But the prices have gone down. I found a pair on Frey Fitness, and they're about $1 a pound for the same bumper plates that I have. So that's really not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You get 160 pounds for $160 on Frey. Now you're going to cost some shipping.
Oh, I guess what's all of it we need to back up. Whenever you're gonna order your squat rack, barbell, plates, make sure you do it all at once, so it saves your money up first. Because shipping is not cheap.
Yeah, and also estimate that into your prices. Sometimes Rogue, if you pay over a certain amount of money, it's free shipping. So you have to compare. The Rogue Fitness prices might be more expensive than like Titan or Frey.
Titan, Frey,
or
Rep
Rep
Fitness.
Fitness.
Frey
But if they
Fit-
give you free
yeah.
shipping, it might be pretty close. So just take
Very
that into
true.
account. These are just, again, general prices. What kind of, should they get 35-pound plates, Annabelle?
Don't need it, man.
Nah.
I don't really use it.
No.
Just really 25s and 45s, and then just 10s and 5s.
Yep, maybe 2.5s.
2.5s, yeah.
That's all the plates you need.
And
So,
then maybe eventually get the, what do they call, micro plates?
potentially. And you
Potentially, but that one you don't really need for a while.
right. And you can always do like, instead of 2 45s, when you get to it, you can order and you can have 4 45s. Instead of having 2 10s, you can have 4 10s. And that's probably going to be all that you need for a long time.
For a long, I mean, even you and I now, we're almost at that point. We got to order some more 45s.
I know.
It's going to be a good day.
Glorious feeling. All right. All in on that, it's going to run you about $1,500. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But again, you're getting a lot, and there's so many different exercises you can do. And if you do this at this point too, I mean, I know you have the dip bar and pull-up bar, but most squat racks have a pull-up bar on them.
They do.
You can sell your dip bar and pull-up bar at this point and use that money to buy a dip attachment for your squat rack, which is what I have. Annabelle, you just bought a dip stand.
I didn't even have a dip bar for a long time.
Yeah.
You will be fine without one.
You didn't have a dip bar? Do you even lift, bro?
No, I don't live.
So now at this point,
What is bench?
at this point, phases 1 through 3, we're looking at probably around $2,500, $2,800. Okay, which sounds like a lot to get all this equipment, but again, if you did this in the tiers, it's over time. It's not an all-at-one purchase. And if you think about it, it's about $70.50 a month for 3 years. So think about paying a $75 gym membership. So it's kind of more of a bougie gym, but it's your home gym.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you have a gym membership free for the rest of your life, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
It's cool to think about. Like at first, it's like, oh, this is an investment. Yes, but if you stay consistent, literally the rest of your life, this equipment is not going to go bad, people.
No.
These things are made to last.
Yeah, you might need to do some maintenance on it,
Yeah.
But other than that, you're fine.
Yeah, you'll be totally fine. And And that's kind of what Annabelle and I have. So everything we've talked about today, we pretty much have all that gym equipment. We've got some other things too. You find things on sale, but we're just giving you the base.
Yeah, you'll get the one thing you really don't need, but you want to get.
You want
the
it.
curl bar.
Ooh.
You don't need it, but
I did buy a cable column attachment to the wall, so I can do some cable exercises. But let's give you guys a routine for this phase 3. Now at this point, you can literally go anywhere. So we're just doing a very general. Honestly, this is pretty similar to when we put on a lot of our strength and size type of program. It's not exactly what we did, but it's still a really good program. What are they doing on Monday, Annabelle?
Oh, we switched up. We switched up Tuesday and Thursday a little bit.
I had some abs in there.
I don't do abs. Okay, Monday, we're doing barbell back squat. We're going to build some strength here, guys. We're going to do 3 sets, 3 to 5 reps. Easy enough. Then we're going to hit some barbell bench press again. 3 sets, 3 to 5 reps on the low end, guys, and then dips. By this point, you will probably be able to do dips pretty fine. We didn't mention this, but I know we briefly talked about potentially getting a dip belt. So if you have one, you can start doing weighted dips. But we're going to do dips here. We're going to hit 3 for 10 to 12 reps. And then obviously curls. You got to finish up with some curls here. 3 times 10, you can do dumbbell. You can do barbell curls.
You got options now, people.
You got options.
You got more equipment. Tuesday, you're going to run. Same thing. You're trying to increase your weekly mileage by 0.5 mile to a mile. We also want to add some abs in on this day. Sit-ups, crunches, kind of same thing. Go shoot for 100 each week. You can always increase the reps by 10 to 20. So on Wednesday now, we're going to set up barbell squat. We're going to barbell deadlift. Same reps as Annabelle's talking about. 3 sets, 3 to 5 reps. We're going low reps, high weight. We're starting to build some strength now since we put all that volume and endurance in for those first couple of tiers and phases. We're going to barbell overhead press. Same thing, 3 times 3 to 5. We're going to do some chin-ups, weighted if possible. 3 sets, 5 to 8 reps. And again, we got to blow those shoulders up. Lateral raises, 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Thursday, you're going to run again and do some planks. Planks, we're going to hold 3 sets of about a minute, building up to about 2 minutes. You don't really need to do longer than 2 minutes.
Planks are tough.
Planks suck.
They do. No, I joke about running, but you need to run.
Yeah, do it.
All right, Friday, the day that people try to avoid. Some more squatting. No. We already squatted once. We're going to squat again, guys. The barbell back squat. Again, 3 times 3 to 5. Again, low end. Incline. Barbell bench. Build that upper shelf.
I like how you call it upper shelf.
I heard it somewhere.
No, we're going to say you came up with it.
I did it. I stole it. It's okay. 3 times 3 times 3. Oh, my God. 3 times 3 times 3. 3. No. Okay. So you're going to do 3 sets for 3 to 5 reps. And then we're going to do some barbell rows. Again, 3 times 3 times 5. And then we're going to finish off with some bent over rear flies. This one will go a little bit higher. We're going to do 3 for 10 times 12. So finish off.
There are so many different ways you can program this now that you have all this equipment. This is more of I don't want to say powerlifting, but it's a little bit more
strength focused
with some accessories, obviously. Got some curls.
Yeah, there's so many options now.
So many. So you got to find what works best for you, what you enjoy, how long the workouts take. But I mean, you will blow up on this program, people.
Yeah, we just wanted to give you a little template.
Yeah, this is pretty similar to how I've put on the 24 pounds or whatever we talked about a couple episodes ago.
Check out that episode.
Yeah. Oh.
Shameless plug. How to gain 20 pounds of muscle.
We're always doing shameless plugs.
We're going
to try and find a way to post the workout so that you guys.
You know what we can do?
What can we do?
Just post it on Instagram. Like a little picture, and then we'll pin it for now.
Okay, let's do it.
While we figure out the rest.
Yeah. So, kind of conclusion with everything here, guys, is home gyms can be for everyone. Annabelle and I love it. We've been
I do.
consistent with it. Some people think like, oh, if I buy all this equipment, am I just going to hang my clothes on it? It's like, that is always a possibility. So you can always
Maybe
start.
find a workout partner that you bring over to your house.
Yeah. Start cheap too. Start
Mhm.
with that first tier. And then once you can prove to yourself that you can do that workout routine that we gave you with that equipment, then you're like, oh,
make it like a game. This is what I did. Like when I get to this number, I'll buy this, and I've been doing that.
yeah, if I'm consistent for this long, then I'll buy this.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to go about it.
That's what I've been doing.
So regardless of your budget, there is a home gym for you. Because, I mean, $240, budget that out.
I mean, Garage Door Reviews, where we were mentioning him, he has a lot of sayings of like how to build a gym under 500, how to build a. We'll put a link to his page. Check it out. We'll have the exact equipment, their per price to help you out.
Yeah, we don't have the money and resources to test all this gym equipment.
Yeah, we don't.
That's not what we do. So check him out. That's what he does. So implement one of these workout routines. Let us know what you think. Obviously, potentially buy some of this gym equipment and become a home gym warrior. Join the club, baby. Or I should say home gym hero. Dang it. I messed up.
That's fine.
Or the hero, or the warrior journey instead of hero's journey.
The home hero?
The home hero.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. HH.
You got anything else, Cam?
That's about it. I think this will be very helpful for people.
I think so too.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, that's all I got, Doc. All right, guys, like we like to tell you, remember, you are human. We should not seek perfection, but daily improvement. See ya.
See ya.